Hello there, and welcome to Health and Science. Let's talk about nicotine and tobacco products next. So as said by Sigmund Freud, we seek pleasure and avoid pain. And this has everything to do with addiction. As when we start smoking, we start getting nicotine. And when we stop smoking, we also stop getting the nicotine. And nicotine withdrawal brings us great displeasure. The symptoms include anger and irritability, anxiety, depression, impatience, insomnia and deprivation of sleep, as well as restlessness and hunger and weight gain. So as you see, the adverse health effects are quite various, and these come as soon as you stop smoking. Nicotine causes strong physical, mental and social addiction. And it might be easy to cope with one of these categories of withdrawal, for example, physical withdrawal. You might be able to cope with deprivation of sleep, insomnia and coughing. But you have also the mental withdrawal effects which might be anger and irritability, as well as being left out from the group that continues to use tobacco products that you do not use anymore. So in combination, these three might be quite an obstacle, and this is why nicotine is so strongly addictive. The addictive potency of nicotine is not to be underestimated and not to be played with. So about adverse health effects of tobacco. The tobacco includes carbon monoxide and tar, and these are the two components that cause most of the health effects that are adverse. The tar collects in the lungs and it damages the cilia. Cilia is the surface hair of the lungs, and the cilia transports mucus away from the lungs. But when it gets damaged, it isn't able to transport the mucus away from the lungs anymore. And then this is when you start coughing, and this is why usually people who smoke a lot of tobacco cough, because they try to get the mucus away from the lungs. And other health effects include chronic obstructive pulmonary disease and lung cancer. And they also are caused mainly by the tar. Then again, we have the carbon monoxide, and it combines with the hemoglobin rapidly. And the hemoglobin usually combines with the carbon monoxide and takes the space that it used for carrying oxygen. The lack of oxygen is especially hazardous to fetus, so smoking while pregnant is a definite no-no. But carbon monoxide is toxic, it's not healthy for any human being, so also it might be really hard to do sports while smoking tobacco. So carbon monoxide is also one of the main poisons coming from tobacco. Other health effects that you get from tobacco includes respiratory infections and type 2 diabetes, as well as asthma. It should say asthma here, but it's just asthma. But these have also been shown in the studies that tobacco causes these health effects. But lastly, we have the snus, which is spreading like an epidemic in the Scandinavian countries at the moment. Snus is made from tobacco, and it's moistened and made like a paste of a kind, and you place it under your lip and get the nicotine that way. It includes over 3,000 chemicals and combusts, so it's also very, in a way, it gives you a big dose of nicotine when you use it. It is believed to be less risky than traditional tobacco in many ways. It is believed that it causes less lung risks and lung cancer, and this might be partially true, but bear in mind that it's definitely not a health product, and the nicotine causes many health effects nevertheless. So as your homework now, think about this. What is passive smoking? That means secondhand smoking. And also, what are the symptoms of chronic obstructive pulmonary disease? Find these, and then we can continue the discussion in the class.